All right, so let's go. All right, so I just told y'all in the last video, we talked about on the open topic about the symbolism of the eagle, what it represents, the red and black, the white and black, okay, and now they got the red, white, and blue, okay. So we know that the red symbolizes the bloodshed, the white symbolizes white supremacy, and the blue symbolizes deception. Okay. Now I told you that these people are symbolic, right? So when he came out, he had the coat on. They had Glorilla on it, right? Now mind you, before that, before the performance, Howie Long said something about revelations. Okay, now I told y'all in the beginning what it was. It's the Eagles versus Chiefs. The Eagles are supposed to represent is the sign of America, and the Chiefs are a sign of the indigenous people of the land. Okay, and then they got Kendrick Lamar in the middle of the stage, sitting on top of a Grand National, a black Grand National at that. And then, let me try to find my charger real quick. I know my phone gonna die pretty soon. I can't see shit in this motherfucker, man. Hold on. Alright, so, we're gonna get into it real quick, man. I told y'all, man, when y'all log in, to watch for the signs and symbols, right? So, let's talk about it. Now, I'm trying to get to see if it's gonna pull up so we can debunk it firsthand. Okay, but I'm gonna just talk about what stuck out to me first so far from just what I've seen from what we just watched. Okay, so I told you about the Luciferian colors are red and black. Howie Long said something about Revelation when they showed it the circle dome. Okay, it was red and black with the apple symbol, and we all know that Eve bit from the so-called symbolic from Eve biting the apple. Okay, then you got what's crazy to me is they had Samuel L. Jackson on there as Uncle Sam. Okay, they got Samuel Jackson dressed up as Uncle Sam. Okay, and then you got, like I said, the red, white, and blue stands for the white supremacy, the bloodshed, and deception. That's what the flag represents. Okay, and we seen the colors. Okay, and I told you that red and black is the Luciferian color. So you see how they was switching it around. Then they had like the Squid Game symbols, and then they had the X. Okay, now let's talk about the X and Luciferian symbolism. What did Samuel L. Jackson say? And the symbolism. Okay, remember I told you the signs, the symbols, and words, right? When he talked about the X, what did he say? He said, it's time to take a life, right? When he blew the flag, he said, blew whistles, violate, it's time to take a life, okay? And then he's doing the performance with Glorilla on his jacket. So who life is they talking about taking? Who gonna be the blood sacrifice? That's gonna be the next question. All right. But he said when the X, and then he said take a life, right? Samuel Jackson said that in the Super Bowl performance, right? So we're gonna talk about the X sign in 1 second. Okay, but I'm gonna throw you some other key notes. When you looked up, what did it say? Caesar's Superdome. Okay, so we all know Caesar is all a part of Rome. Okay, and Rome, we all know Rome is a part of the reason why Christ was crucified. Okay, then they had the symbols of the triangle, the pyramid, another symbol. Then they had the O's, the square, and the O. The square is supposed to represent the black cube. Okay, which is another Luciferian symbol that we're gonna get into later. Okay, and then, like I said, you got the circle. What does the circle represent? I forgot what the circle represents in Luciferian symbolism. But it does signify. Oh, okay, so we'll see what the circle. I'm gonna pull up the circle right now. Okay, so this is the circle here. Okay, so the circle represents Diana, Artemis, Medusa, and Isis. Okay, which is Luciferian symbolism again. Okay, so that's what the circle represents. All right, the square. Okay, like I said, represents the black cube. Okay, so the square represents the black cube. Let's see what the square means in Luciferian symbolism. So that they also it can mean the black cube, and it also can mean something else. So let's see what the square means. Let's see if they give it to me. Okay, so they're not gonna give me the square on here. Okay, but we all know what the triangle represents. And now let's get into the X sign. The X sign. It means what? Take life. Okay? What did Samuel Jackson say in the middle of the Super Bowl thing? When he blew the whistle, he said it's time to take a life. Ain't that what he said? Did y'all hear what he said? Okay? So I told you, it's another sign of a pagan cross. The X is also could be a sign of a pagan cross. So it looked like a cross and it looked like an X. Okay? So I told you that this is all a part of their symbolism. Y'all keep thinking it's a game, right? They are symbolically telling us stuff, okay? They are symbolically telling us stuff. The X is a symbol, is a sign of symbolism. Now look at all these celebrities that do the X, okay? Look at all these celebrities that do the X, right? Okay, it's what we got. I should go Nas. You know what I'm saying? We didn't. Man, it's just everywhere, right? Okay, we got Kanye on this one on XXX, right? Magazine, all this stuff. KC, to go to KC. Okay, another form. So KC is supposed to represent the Knight of Columbus. The Knights of Columbus. And what is their symbol? An X. Okay, so we got the Knights of Columbus, we got the eagle, we got the X, that means take life, and what Samuel Jackson said, take life. Okay, then we got the whole performance, like I said, there's red and black, black and white, and red, white, and blue. Okay, so like I said, this all has, the X is supposed to symbolize the mark of Cain. Okay, and it says it looks to be Osiris, the father of Horus, and Nimrod, who could be the same god, both dark side entities, probably Lucifer or similar reptilian, to be avoided. Okay, so they had the X sign. Okay, let's see, we got the broken cross here. We ain't gonna look for that. What else did we see there? So we seen the X, and we seen Samuel Jackson talking about take life in the Super Bowl performance. Okay, so I'm showing you here. Okay, so it also has to do with the curse of Canaan in a demonology of history. It's a demonology of history. The X stands for Anton. It says, and also for the biblical hero Nimrod. But actually, Nimrod was actually a wicked ruler. He wasn't a hero. Okay, he was known as a mighty hunter of Jehovah. But we know that Jehovah is not the true Messiah. Okay, we know, I showed y'all that how Jehovah actually means Yahweh, and Yahweh is the highest, is actually Baal, and is the God they serve, which is Yahweh, Baal, and Osiris. And then we just seen how the X and all that stuff tied back to Osiris, and tied back to take life, or the circle tied to Osiris. I'm sorry. Okay, so like I said, this is all symbolism. Okay, what else stuck out? I'm trying to think what else stuck out. There's some other things that stuck out as well. Okay, but all this has to do with Luciferian symbolism. Okay, and the main thing that got me was when Samuel L. Jackson said, it's time to take a life. And then they had the X symbolism on the floor. Okay? And then they were inside the X box and they were dancing. Okay? Is that a coincidence? The X box, okay, which is the black cube, right? And it's also representative of the X symbol, okay? So we have to look for these things, man. I told y'all I was gonna give y'all bases to go look for, and these Super Bowl rituals, and we seen the Madonna thing before, and then also on here they got the same thing on the Madonna on this website with the Super Bowl as well. Okay, so we're gonna go down here because remember we just watched the video on YouTube on our page. Okay, we got the triangle. Okay, so let's go to the triangle. Okay, the triangle is another symbol. The triangle without the eye, okay, is all seeing. Okay, so that's supposed to represent all seeing. The triangle without the eye. Okay, and it also is the compass. Okay, and like I said, here we go again. Okay, these are all these Luciferian symbols and organizations and stuff. Here, all this stuff is Luciferian symbolism. Okay, all this stuff is Luciferian symbolism, y'all. Alright, so we ain't gonna go too much into that. But we did go into the X. Okay. As well. Okay, so all this stuff has to do with Luciferian symbolism, y'all. Now let's go watch the performance first. See if we can watch the performance firsthand. See if they got it on YouTube yet. I'm trying to see if they got it on here yet. Let's see if they got it on here yet, man. So I don't know if they still doing the performance or whether they went back to it, but just by the first part of the performance, you know, we seen what we seen, y'all. Yeah, so we're gonna wait until we can actually pull up the actual performance. But man, I just showed y'all, we just seen all that, man. So we just called that out on there, man. Like I said, the main thing that stuck out to me was why do they got Samuel L. Jackson playing the nigga from they got Samuel L. Jackson playing the nigga from D Django in a Uncle Sam suit, and they were dancing inside the X. And I just showed you that the X symbolized to take life. And then that's the first thing Samuel L. Jackson said before they started dancing into the X. He said, you blew a whistle talking about get your head in the game, all that stuff he said. And then he said, time to take a life. And then when you look at the X on the Luciferian symbolism, like I just showed y'all here, it represents to take life. So who life is gonna get took? Jaguar Wright been talking about how they want to sacrifice Kendrick. Okay, and we see there the X right there says what? Take life. Y'all thought it was a coincidence? Okay, so X is also the number of the mark of the destroyer, and that's triple X's. Triple X is actually the mark of the destroyer. Okay, triple X explains Olympics. It's in Olympics. It's in porn, so on and so forth. So all the three X's symbolizes the mark of the destroyer. Okay, NASA Space Shuttle, Pagan 30 XXX. Okay. Then we got this here, and some more symbolism. So that the legendary symbol for Nimrod is X. Okay, so like I said, they're ushering in Nimrod Christ. Okay, Nimrod is whose birthday you celebrate on December 25th, the high Sabbath of Babylon. Okay, was the founder of Babylon. Nimrod was the founder of Babylon. Okay, in the history of mankind, Nimrod stands unequal for his symbolism of evil and satanic practices. Okay, and this is on the Luciferian website. Okay, so I keep telling y'all, y'all want to keep supporting, y'all want to keep condoning, y'all. I told y'all, man. I was telling y'all, right? Even on my last lesson on the open topic, man, what we was just talking about it. And then I logged out, said, let's go watch the performance and see what we get. We're going to come back and talk about it. Because I knew it was going to be something. Okay, if it's not true, if it's not, it is what it is, and they're not openly showing their Luciferian symbolism and their who they got their allegiance to. Okay, they're openly showing us. You know what I'm saying? And everybody think, oh, it's just a football game. Nah, man, it's a whole mass ritual going on that you don't even know about. Why do you think they pay them the millions of dollars that pays the sports industry? And a lot of them have sold their soul. You know what I'm saying? They sold their soul to be on the big stage. And I told you, anytime they do a ritual, what they do on the stage, they're always going to have an altar. What was the altar? The altar was a stage that the car was sitting on, and then Kendrick was on top of the altar on the car. They used the black national car as an altar with the steps that he ran down. And then the light poles were the pillars. You notice that each had 3 different pillars? 11-11, 11-11, and 11-11. Three scores of 11. Well, I told y'all before that the devil always comes in 3 scores. I can't make this shit up. So, like right now, like I'm saying, y'all hearing it firsthand from me. Right now, on the live, I ain't made no YouTube videos. I ain't did nothing. I ain't seen no other conspiracy theorists calling it out. Now, but watch how many other people in the conscious community are gonna come out and be like and talk about this ritual. But remember, you heard it here first from me. We right here live going through it. I just showed y'all just the basics of it. We ain't even getting into the deep meat of it yet. Okay? Right now, we just gonna talk about the X. And he said the X and the take life. So, it says in the history of mankind, Nimrod stands unequal for his symbolism of evil and satanic practices. I told you the X represents Nimrod, right? Okay? And this is from the Luciferian website. So it says, and he is credited for having founded the Freemasons. Okay? It says, and for building the legendary Tower of Babel. Okay? That's why they had the 2 pillars, right? Just like the 9/11 was what? 2 pillars, right? Okay? Y'all see the symbolism yet? It says, in the defiance of God's will. Okay? It says, in the dramatic literature, it says, noted that he made all the people rebel against God. Okay? They all rebel against God when they celebrate his birthday on December 25th. They really not celebrating Christ. They actually celebrating Nimrod's birthday. I keep telling y'all they mix paganism with the truth. Okay? Now, and it says here, it says, the legend of Midrash recounts that Nimrod was informed of Abraham's birth. It says, and he ordered all the male children killed, just like they did with Moses, just like they did with Christ. Anytime a Messiah is about to be born, they have all the firstborn males killed so the Messiah doesn't come. Okay? That's why you think they always want to kill the black male. Even in slavery, what were they doing? They was trying to kill the black male. They wasn't really killing the black women like that. They was killing the black males. That's why we are outnumbered 12 to 1. It's 12 women to every one man. Okay, they want to eliminate the black male because the male holds the seed of life. Why you think they always trying to break up the household and the father always leaves? They always want to kill the male because he's the one that brings forth life. It says he ordered all the male children to be killed. It says and to be certain of eliminating him, Abraham was hidden in a cave. Okay? It says, but in later life, he was discovered by Nimrod, who then ordered him to worship fire. It says, and Abraham refused and was thrown into the fire. Right? And that's why the scriptures say that we're not supposed to let our child pass through the fire. Okay? That's why we're not supposed to celebrate Halloween and stuff like that. Because what do? They have bonfires, right? The bonfire represents them passing through the fire of Molech and Baal and Nimrod. Just like when they used to sacrifice the kids to the Christmas tree, to the fire of Molech and Baal as well. It's the same thing, bro. It's just a different form. So now they're spiritually sacrificing your kids. They ain't physically sacrificing them. Back then, they was physically sacrificing them and spiritually sacrificing them. But now they just do spiritual sacrifices, and they do it in a sugar-coated, nice way to make you seem like it's a good deed that you're doing and all this stuff. And this is a tradition of that. Man, it's a form of trickology. They tricked you again. And y'all keep falling for it. That's how you know a lot of these people is brainwashed. A lot of these people are Luciferians. A lot of these people are satanic. And a lot of these people are the Antichrist because they condoning it. And they love representing. They love celebrating. They won't give it up. So you are literally serving Satan and serving Lucifer and serving Baal and serving Molech and serving all these pagan deities from Masonic gods. The Masonic God is not the living and true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's a whole different God. Okay? But they fool you with trickery to make you think that this is divine when it's all witchcraft, magic, sorcery, and so on, divination, so on and so forth. So that's why when you see Xmas, it means it's supposed to represent that Xmas, that ignorance is known. Anytime you are ignorant to something, you can be deceived. Right? So as long as you're ignorant and you're ignorant to something, you can be deceived. And whenever you get it's a form of deception. And once you become deceptive, you can be deceived. Okay? So you gotta know what you're watching. Okay? So like I said, Eric, if you missed what I was talking about, we were talking about the Super Bowl performance. And right now we're talking about one issue that stood out with the X symbol. Okay? And when Samuel Jackson said, we are here, he said something, we're here to take a life. Right? So when you go to Luciferian symbolism here, like I just went to, okay, and you go to X, okay, and in the previous video, when I was talking about the open topic, I said I showed y'all the Super Bowl from Madonna and the one from Lady Gaga, showed you all the symbolism in that, and told you to go watch the Super Bowl performance to see what we gonna get. So when you go to X, what does it say? Take life. And is that a coincidence? No. I've been using this site since 2011, 2012. So this has been on this site since 2012. And I didn't know that this nigga was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, I said, watch, they're gonna have the signs and symbols. Look for the signs and symbols and meanings and this. And they had the Caesars Superdome, they had the red apple, with the red sign of the dome. It was in red and black. I told you that's Luciferian symbolism as well. Before I told you to go watch the video. And then we seen all the Luciferian symbolism in the performance. And then, you know, Samuel L. Jackson stood out with the Uncle Sam outfit on, and then he blew the whistle at Kendrick Lamar, told him something, and then he said, "Take life." And then they was dancing inside the X. And the X is what? It means take life. And then this nigga's doing this whole performance in a Glorilla coat. So you mean to tell me they finna sacrifice Glow? They finna sacrifice Big Glow? I don't even know what to say, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I just showed you that the X actually means the mark of Cain. And it looks to be Osiris, the father of Horus and Nimrod. So Osiris was the father of Horus and Nimrod. And these both are wicked rulers who could be the same God. Okay? It says, but dark side entities, probably Lucifer or similar reptilian, to be avoided. Right? So I told you about the Xmas. I told you that the X symbolizes what? Nimrod. Who is this right here? Nimrod. Okay? This is the Nimrod Christ. Back in like 2013, there was a dude that was on my page. His name was actually Nimrod Christ. And this dude used to troll my page all the time. Before I even knew what trolling was, he always used to troll my page, and he would be coming with this Luciferian doctrine all on my page, trying to debunk what I'm saying, right? And I can show him plain as day where he was wrong, where all the shit was evil, everything he was saying, and it's like he wasn't even listening. It's like he didn't even respond. He kept just going out. So I'm like, man, you must be an agent. You know what I'm saying? Because he was giving me agent vibes, right? So, like I said, but the dude ended up deleting me off. He just vanished out of nowhere. He used to troll all the Israelites, and next thing you know, he just vanished out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But his name was Nimrod Christ. So I told you, they're trying to usher in the Nimrod Christ. So when you celebrate these holidays, you celebrate December 25th, you actually celebrate Nimrod Christ. You're not celebrating the Hebrew Messiah. You celebrate Nimrod, a pagan deity, a Luciferian god. But like I said, y'all believe what y'all want to believe. You're not doing the research. Okay? So we got the double X here. We ain't going to get into that right now. We're going to go back to where I was with, where was I at with the Nimrod? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. So we're going to sit right here. So it says the legendary symbol of Nimrod is the X. And it's used, and use of this symbol always denounce witchcraft. I told you they doing a ritual. So it also denotes witchcraft. It says when the X is used as a shortened form of Christmas, it actually means to celebrate the feast of Nimrod. Okay? So I told you, when you're doing this, you're actually serving Nimrod. It says the double X, and there was two X's on there. There was one on the stage, and there was the other one. It was one that they were dancing in, and there was one in the X, O's, and squares and box. And we just went through what the square means. We just went through what the circle means, and we just went through what the pyramid means. And now we're going through what the X means and how it means to take life. And it also is the curse of Canaan. It's also is the it represents the mark of Cain, and it also represents Nimrod. Okay, and it also represents the triple X represents the mark of the destroyer. Okay? Which is Satan himself, right? So it says the double so which always means the double cross. Okay, so it's a double cross. The X is a double cross. Okay, so it's a double cross. Okay, and then what was he talking about? The double cross, and they was talking about take life, and then they had the Glorilla thing. So who is they gonna double cross? They double crossing Drake, they double crossing Glorilla, or they double crossing Kendrick? Who is they double crossing? And I told you, anytime they do something, they do it in 3 scores. That's why they had the street lights on there. They had one on one side, one on the other. It's supposed to represent the number 11, which is a pillar, right? And they had 3 sets of them. Okay, so that's 3 sets of 11. Okay, and we all know that the devil always comes in what? Scores of 3. Whether it's 666, whether it's 777, whether it's 555, whether it's 333, whether it's 111, it's still 3 scores. So anytime you talk about 777, oh, that's a lucky number. No, that ain't luck. That's the Lucifer. That's why gambling is a sin. Okay? But, like I said, y'all believe what y'all want to. Now, it says in here, it says the fundamentals meaning the incidents of one's betrayal into the hands of Satan. So it means, so when you see the double X, which is the double cross, which is the X, okay, like I said, the X didn't look like a regular X, it looked like a cross at first. It looked like the Templar Knight sign that we see, the Nazi symbol that we was looking at earlier, right? When I was showing you this shit up with Madonna, okay, which is what? Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if it's on here or not. They might have one on here that looks similar, but yeah, there it goes right there, right? So, what does the X look like? A cross, a double cross, right? So, I keep telling y'all I can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I can't make this shit up, man. So, let's see. The double cross, okay? So the double cross is a sign of betrayal. It's the fundamental meaning that indicates that one's betrayal into the hands of Satan. So who are they betraying into the hands of Satan? Because he did, not like us, not like, and did a Drake diss, but it wasn't with as much energy and enthusiasm when he made the song, and the niggas on stage performing the whole time in a Glorilla coat. A Super Bowl Glorilla coat. I swear it said Glow and Rilla on it. I was trying to read what it said. I seen the Glow, and I seen the R-I, or the R-I-L, but I didn't see the A until he moved his arm at the end. Okay? So, like I said, man, are they finna sacrifice Big Glow? Because, you know, she's trying to change. But she already told us she sold out. You know what I'm saying? But we all know, and Glow in her heart, she a godly woman, because she was raised like that. And we all know that she signed into some shit she really didn't even dig deep into. You know what I'm saying? And she young. So if she break the oath, they gonna kill her. Alright? Now, but you see she's kind of changing up her demeanor. Slowly but surely. Okay? She's changing her demeanor, and that's not what they want. They want a sex symbol. Alright? So it says the X represents one's betrayal into the hands of Satan. So who they finna backdoor to the hands of Satan is the question mark. Now, it says when American corporations use X, okay, now here we go. What was the sign? They was all in what? The red, white, and blue. It says when the American corporation, that was symbolizing the Corporation of America. Remember I told you that they had the eagle there that represents the America. Then they got the Chiefs, which represents the indigenous people of the land. And then they got the KC on the helmet, which represents the Knights of Columbus. Alright? And it says when the American corporation uses X in their logo, such as Exxon, it says the historical Rockefeller firm of the Standard Oil in New Jersey said there can be little doubt of the hidden meaning. It says the importance of Nimrod is studied of an occult that cannot be overemphasized. Okay, so because the powers that are given by the clothing of Adam and Eve, it says Nimrod became the first man to rule the whole world. It says, and he dozed in the power by launching exorcisms and horrors. It says, it says, which have never been equaled. Okay, it says, and since the time of Nimrod, Babylon was the symbol of depravity and lust. It says, right, because that's what they were destroyed for the lust, the sodomy of Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember, Babylon was destroyed. So, and we remember that America is the new Babylon that spoke of in Revelation, right? The whore of Babylon. And you can read about that in Revelation 17, 18, and 19. Okay? Talks about the whore of Babylon, the new whore of Babylon, which is America. Okay? It says, and Nimrod also introduced the practice of genocide to the world. It says, and his grandfather Ham have consorted with the other races. It says, and brought children of mixed race into the world. It says, and was persuaded by his consort, it said the evil Namaham, to practice the ritual murder of cannibalism. So we just watched a ritual murder of cannibalism. Okay? Symbolically, what is represented. And like they said, Samuel Jackson said, he said, take life. And then he was speaking to Kendrick like, we're going to take your life. That's what it sounded like to me. You know what I'm saying? But symbolically, is that what they really mean? Or is it the double cross of betrayal? They finna take somebody else out. Are they finna take out Drake? Are they going to take out Glorilla? Are they taking out Kendrick? Or who they taking out in the double cross is what we need to know. Okay? And this is another reason why we put this information out, because once a lot of this information get out, they have to change the ritual. They got to change the practice. They got to change it. Just like, you know, when we brought out the conspiracies, so much stuff that was going, like the fall of the dollar bill and stuff. It was so many people in tune on the actual fall of the dollar bill. They had to change it and come up with something else because too many people were woke on it. So you can't, like, the more information gets out, the higher chances of we have of it not happening. Okay. Now, so where we go here? So it says so it's a ritual murder of cannibalism. It says she was informed by Ham, or informed Ham that by killing and eating the fair-skinned people. Okay, so we talking about the mixed races, the light race. So maybe they is finna sacrifice Drake. We just seen it. We just seen that it was. We talked about how Nimrod brought children of mixed races into the world. Okay. So maybe they are gonna sacrifice Kendrick, and maybe he don't even know that this what the X and all this stuff means. So maybe they just set Kendrick up to be double crossed. Cause Jaguar Wright so talking about they gonna try to sacrifice Kendrick, and they think that's what the Super Bowl performance is all about. We just heard about that. I just watched that video today and shared it. I think I shared it. I might not have shared it, but I just watched that today. Y'all think this is coincidence? Man, all this stuff is free-handed here today, right now. Like, it's not rehearsed, it's not scripted, it's not nothing. This is just off information I know, and I'm just piecing two and two together, just off what they're promoting. So that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people be sleep on me, man. Y'all keep sleeping on me, bro. Y'all keep sleeping on me, man. You can't deny this, man. You can't deny this, man. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, man, hit them stars, man. Because I be giving y'all some straight game, bro. I'm telling y'all this honest to God truth on here. And you going through it with me, man. Ain't nobody, I don't see no other scholars and no other people doing this. So who really about this life? Y'all working for the enemy. But anyway, So it says, and she informed Ham by killing and eating the fair-skinned people. So they was killing and eating the mixed races. That's crazy. It says, and his descendants could regain their superior qualities. It says throughout in ensuring the centuries of the fair-skinned descendants of Shem. Okay, and we know Shem are the Shemites. We are the Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites came from the tribe of Shem, the true Jews. Okay, so either which way it go, Drake's dad is a Hebrew Israelite, and his mama is Jewish. So she's a false Ashkenazi Jew, and his dad is an actual real Jew. So either which way it go, he tied back into this shit, no matter what. Okay? So we gotta see what's up with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because, after this Kendrick beef, a lot of them Jews turn their back on him. And we already know when the Jews turn their back on you, they're gonna sacrifice your ass. We already know that. All right, but he's a dollar bill for him, a big dollar bill. So we don't know. All right, so we're gonna have to watch this shit play out, man. So it says here, it says that they were eating the fair-skinned people of the descendants of Shem. Okay, which is Shem is the father of the Hebrews. Okay, Noah's oldest son. It says have originally been slaughtered by the darker descendants of Ham. Okay, so that's why when you go, let me pull this up, see if I can pull it up. Ham is the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negro. Let me see if I can pull it up in the Zodiac dictionary. Okay, Ham, progenitor. Hold on, let me see this here real quick. Ham, progenitor. There we go. Ham. Alright. Progenitor of the dark races. Okay. So it says right here. It says Ham is the youngest son of Noah. He became the progenitor of the dark races, including the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Liberians, the Canaanites. It says the dark races does not refer to the Negro, but it doesn't refer to the Negroes. So the Negroes came from Shem. Okay? They came from Shem. Noah had 3 sons that repopulated the earth: Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And it says clearly that Ham was the progenitor of the dark races, including the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. It says in the dark races, and it says does not refer to the Negroes, but to the people with dark skin. Okay? So that's why they are darker than us. They're more of an olive color, right? So it says the name Ham could be derived from the Hebrew root, meaning hot or sunburnt. Okay? It says some scholars believe that Ham is the oldest name of Egypt in the land of Ham. Alright? So we see that there. Right? We see that there. So it says that Ham was the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negro. That's how you know we came from Shem. And I can pull up, if you look in the Zodiac dictionary about Shem, it's going to say that's the Negroid. Okay? So, let's see. Alright, so we're going to go back here. And it says here, what? It says, where am I at? Okay, so it says, he indulged in the power of launching access and horrors. Okay, we read that part. So it says in Nimrod that, it says, It says, throughout and during the centuries, the fair-skinned people, it says, descendants of Shem, the oldest known son, the ritual was slaughtered, the dark races, the Ham. It says, Nimrod, the world was a campaign of a racial. Okay, so it says, throughout in ensuing centuries, it says, the fair-skinned, skinned descendants of Shem, Noah's oldest and third son, have ritually been slaughtered by the darker descendants of Ham. Okay, and Nimrod. It says, in the world possessed in a campaign of racial and religious persecution. Okay, not only did Nimrod kill and eat the fair-skinned descendants of Shem in fury of his hatred that he often burned them alive, just like they did to us in slavery, so on and so forth. Okay, it says the type of human sacrifice involving eating of the slaughter of human victims derived its name from the combined names of his uncle Canaan, and the demon god Baal. Remember I told you Baal is Yahweh, Baal is Jehovah, Baal is Yah, Baal is Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? All that is Baal. Okay, it says, and the two names being combined to form the word cannibal. Okay, so a cannibal is the two words combined. Canaan and Baal is a cannibal. Okay, so it said, I told you, man, words and spells and this shit is true. Man, they know what the fuck they doing, man. It says Nimrod was also known as in ancient history by the names of Marduk, Baal, Merodach. It says because the importance in the history of Babylon was known as the land of Nimrod. It said Nimrod is also cited as the most Masonic constitutions as the founder of Freemasonry. So Nimrod was the founder of Freemasonry. I told you they've been around for thousands of years. Okay, since the before the birth of Christ. I told y'all that. Y'all thought I was playing, right? I told you they ain't nothing but the Luciferian order of O. Okay, and it says right here, we reading it. Okay, it says, and since the Masonry has replaced the cross of Jesus with an X, representing their own Christ, it says the Christ of Masonry was the biblical Antichrist. Therefore, X's in the modern Freemasonry represents the Antichrist. It says, and thus the X is in the skull and bones symbol, representing the black magic Masonry symbol for the Antichrist. Okay, and I just showed y'all the other day, when we was in the other lesson on the Codex Magistica with the Yahweh, how they doing the Codex Magistica with the magic, with the names. Okay, so I told you it's a spiritual significance to all this shit, and that's just talking about the X. Okay, they even, damn, this is crazy. They even got one of my old favorite groups as a kid coming up. They got the X Clan on here? Ain't that a bitch? You know what I'm saying? And we thought these was black people to liberate our people and stuff like that because the knowledge they was given. Man, they doing the lights of Lucifer too. Oh man, I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? Is Leron on point? Okay. And look what I just found. They got a word on here called cap. Ain't that what they call it? Ain't that what they say nowadays, capping? Oh, that's all cap. Let's see what cap means. It's a Pharyngean cap. Okay, what's a Pharyngean cap? It's the hat of Horus, and by all, Satan and Lucifer. So when you saying cap, oh, that's cap. This is the cap they talking about. See how they playing us with the wordplay? See how they playing us with the wordplay? See how they playing us with the wordplay? But that's all I'm gonna give y'all right now. I ain't gonna drop no more jewels, man. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick, just to show y'all that this shit ain't no game, this shit ain't no joke. And y'all be watching these sports, and y'all be watching these championship games, y'all be watching these Super Bowls, and y'all not even knowing what y'all seeing. I ain't even got into the Roman numerals of the Super Bowl yet. I ain't even touched on that yet, cause that's another gem in itself. Let's see what them Roman numerals mean. Let's see what them Roman numerals mean. LIX Roman numeral. It goes to the Roman numeral of 59. Okay, so there goes that upside down 6 again, and there goes that 5. Okay, there goes that 5 in Roman numerals. All right. So it's a hex string, right? We all know what a hex is, right? That's all part of their witchcraft. So let's see what we can find on the Roman numerals and the Luciferian website real quick, if I can find it. Let's see. Numerology. Let's go. Alrighty. I already did a breakdown on that with the 1111 and shit, right? So let's see if we can find something else in here. Hold on. Let's see. Numerology and spiritual path. Let's see. So it's really not giving it to me here. So we'll just type in what 59 means in numerology. 59 numerology. Okay, so it says in numerology, the number 59 associated with several significant meanings. It symbolizes personal freedom and the desire to experience all aspects of life. It says the number combines the energies of 5, which is freedom, change, versatility, and 9, which is humanitarianism, spiritual awakening. Okay, but what are you spiritually awakened to? Because everything that we just seen is all negative. Okay, so what portal and gate did they just open with this 59? Okay, it says it represents the wave of transformations. I'll just talk. See, you can't beat this shit. It says encouraging you to embrace change that lead to personal growth. Okay, so they trying to stop our personal growth for real, because all the symbolically was meaning, and we heard Samuel L. Jackson said, take life. So that was the wave of the transformation talking about take life. We got the ego on one side, we got the indigenous people on the other side. It's a war. Remember I told you it's gonna be a war. I told you that the ego, when Trump went in the inauguration, the head was facing towards the arrows instead of the olive branch, and the olive branch represents the children of Israel, and the arrows represents the arrows waiting to be released for war. They finna go to war with the children of Israel. I keep telling y'all that. It's the end. Revelation 19:19. God is assembling his army of angels of 200 million to come fight the armies of the earth. As it is written. It says the number 59, angelic number, signifies guidance and support from the divine, bringing energies of abundance, creativity, joy, and peace. Now, mind you, it's an angelic number. But you already see, just by all their symbolism, they're not angelic people. They're Luciferian people. So what does that mean significantly for the Luciferians? Okay? So, like I said, it says it overall is valuable the insights to your spiritual journey and the importance of pursuing the true path. But we seen that the path that they was talking about was death. Because he said, take life, and they had the X up there, okay, which symbolizes Nimrod. And we already see, we just read what the X symbolized with Nimrod. We just read what the X symbolized with Nimrod. Okay? We just read that. Okay? Let me go back for the people that's just joining. Okay? We just seen what the X represent for Nimrod. Hold on, let me see if I can get back to where I was at. Let me go ahead and start all over. So we already seen what the X symbolizes with Nimrod. Okay? Which is the X sign here. Okay? It represents the double cross. It represents take life. It represents the mark of Canaan. It represents the mark of the destroyer. It represents a pagan cross, a mystery solved. Okay? It represents Nimrod Christ. Okay? It represents it also denotes witchcraft. It also represents betrayal into the hands of Satan. Okay? It also represents it says when the American corporations use the logo, which they just did, such as the Exron, it also can mean a little doubt of this meaning. It says it is the importance of the study of an occult to emphasize the powers that were given to him by the clothing that Adam and Eve became the first man of the world. Okay, basically, it goes back into them killing and sacrificing and cannibalism. Okay, at the end of the day. So, we seen all that, right? We seen all that. Mind you, my bad, I got the cigarette butts in my bowl, my little weed pipes in here. But anyway, man, look, we just seen what they're doing, okay? So we're gonna go here again. It says right there, it says the importance of the study cannot be emphasized on the power. Oh, no, that ain't what I'm trying to be at. Where was it at? So it says, alright, so it says denounce witchcraft. That's not the one I'm looking for. Where is it? Calling Anna and Eve and the rule of the world. Shit, where the hell where is it at? So basically, it just goes back into masonry, witchcraft. There it goes. Rituals and murders of cannibalism, right there. You know what I'm saying? It says they brought the mixed races into the world and persuaded by the consent of the evil Naham and the practice of rituals and cannibalism. It says she was informed by him that by killing and eating the fair-skinned people. Now, mind you, we just read up here that it was talking about how it's the part right there where it talks about the double cross and the betrayal. Okay? So we just seen that. So I'm like, it's definitely Masonic symbolism. You know what I'm saying? It's Masonic symbolism. Well, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up, bro. That's why I said, man, these sports teams and all that stuff, they're all symbolism. Like the Bulls. We got the Bulls. Let me see if I can find if I can Google this real quick. Luciferian symbolism in sports teams. Let's see. Let's go to images and see what we can get. Let's see. Oh, okay. So these are all the sports teams here. Hold on. Okay, we got the STL with the X on it with the cross again. Okay. This is all the Luciferian symbols. Then we got the New Orleans sign. There goes the New Orleans Saints sign. There's another Luciferian symbol. I told you, and it's the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. And it's also the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. And I look at the football teams. We got the Chiefs. We got the Rams. We all know what the Ram represents. The bull about all. Okay. We got SF. We got the Devil's Pentagram, which is the 5-point star. There goes the Saint sign again. Okay, which is another Luciferian symbolism. You know what I'm saying? So this is all the stuff that they give you when you type in Luciferian symbolism in sports. They go to the bull. Remember I told you about the bulls and the Red Bulls and the Cavs and the Jordan and the 23 and the Air, Principality of the Air. That's why they call them Air Jordan and the Wing Serpent, the Red Wing. Okay, we showed y'all that too in the last one on the open topic. Okay, so I told you, man, these Luciferian people, they control the world. It's a pagan prison. We live in a pagan prison. There goes the Phoenix again. Remember we talked about the Phoenix as well. I keep telling y'all. Look, there goes some more illustrations. Okay? There go more illustrations. Look. The Pelicans. Even the Pelicans got the sign. We got the Vikings. All this stuff is Luciferian symbolism. Okay? All of it is Luciferian symbolism. So, like I said, man, I can't make this shit up. I don't be lying. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So all the people who think Kendrick ain't part of the Illuminati, y'all been bamboozled. And don't think that they don't war amongst each other, because they do. It's a whole cult of evil. That's why they slayed the wicked. It said, even in the scripture said, the wicked shall slay the wicked. That's why they doing all the blood sacrifices and shit. All right. But like I said, man, that's all I'm going to give y'all for now. I hope y'all got some insight on what I brought. And we're going to talk about it again tomorrow. Holla at your boy.